morning. 364 days of continuous recovery. Let me rephrase that. Of fucking a lot. Holy shit, man. Almost there. One more day. And I feel good today. I woke up early enough to go to the gym and then go to work. This time last year, I was packing my stuff. Oh no, I wasn't. I wasn't packing nothing. This time last year, I was preparing to go to Rainier Springs. The counselor that I had, I just kept blowing up her phone, leaving message after message. And she finally said, go to Rainier Springs. They should be able to help you. She didn't know any better. Just because they're counselors doesn't mean they know any better. So I knew I was going to Rainier Springs. I had gone on that walk with my kids and my sister. And I remember this clearly. I didn't want to make eye contact with anybody. My sister wanted us to go out to this lake area, and I felt like everybody in that area was making fun of me. I wanted to duck and dodge. My son didn't know we were going to walk in the water, and he didn't want to go barefoot. So I had to keep going back and forth. And I was not in a good place mentally. And I just kept hearing what I wanted to hear, or what I thought I heard. And I thought I was going to get loaded that night. Bad. And I think I did get loaded that night. I thought. I figured I'd get loaded before I went to Rainier. That last day before the day of. And I was so bad. Didn't talk to anybody. Tried to act like I was okay. I am so glad I don't have to live like this anymore, like that anymore. Going through YouTube, trying to find the answer in a video, flipping through my AM radio, trying to hear what they're saying about me. Every laugh is about me. Some morning shows. Of course they're laughing. All the psychosis, all the BS. It was all real to me. And now, when I think about where I'm at, I can easily go back to where I was and just live there. I was just doing that right now. Living there. And all the work that I put in right now, every waking day, waking hour, all the grind, everything can just disappear. That's how easy it is for me to get in my head. And I started this off with, gratitude and all that. They call that playing the tape, where you go back to your last bad situation. It's a technique that they say works if you feel like getting loaded. But I could easily play the tape and take away from what I've done, even with time under my belt. So just because I have 364 days, shit, I'll fuck around and have 1,000 days and still be able to do that. I know that. The good news is that I know if I just pause, I'll know what I'm doing. And then I can get out of it. My life looks a lot different than it did then. It feels a lot different. Gratitude is a practice, faith is a practice, acceptance is a practice. I constantly have to use those three tools regularly so I can fight fear, resentment, and anger. And anger doesn't have to look like I'm mad at somebody else. I can sit there and just be angry with myself until I build enough anger that it turns into a resentment. And that resentment looks like hate. Because resentment is anger built up over time. Anger is a healthy feeling. It's normal to feel angry. But when I look at what the anger is fueled by, it can go one or two ways. It can be fueled by guilt and shame. So, and then I'll simply just say, a year, pump the brakes. That ain't shit. You had 2. You had over 2. And now look at how old you are. And now look at all the opportunities you gave up. These are thoughts that pop through my head all the time. Opportunities that I gave up. I could go into work and say, man, I should have been a manager by now. Could have. I can look at my situation and say, man, you could have owned a house by now. You could have, all of these could haves. Which will then, they're just little opportunities to beat on myself. Opportunity doesn't have to be good. It can be bad. Or I can use acceptance, saying that everything has happened the way it has. And more importantly, it was meant to happen the way it did. What are you going to do with it now? Is your life over now? I'm not going to sit here at the age of 46 and say my life is just beginning. I'll say the journey continues. I was at the gym this morning and I thought to myself, man, in 2 days it's going to be day 1 again. Ugh. Or I can just say, another day down. will find ways to worry. Like I'm worried about ending this video series. I don't have to end it. I just have to change it. Because I want the 1 year to be a, you know, I want it to be captured. So I did that. I set out to do that. And tomorrow it'll be captured. This is what it took me for me to get 1 year. And then I'll promote it on my TikTok. And it's attraction rather than promotion, right? So what I mean by promote it is just on my TikTok, say if you're struggling, check out this. They're all labeled. You might see something in there that works for you. Because I wish I would have heard somebody say that. But it wasn't like I knew what I already knew what I needed to do. I had a taste of recovery under my belt. So I turned cycles into routines, and I turned those routines into a way of life. And I feel a lot better. I feel amazing. I look amazing. I sound so much better than I did. And I attacked something that was an insecurity of mine for a long time. I've been attacking it, just going after it. I was doing a video after I did my run, and somebody said, "What are you doing one of those stupid videos?" And I know that that's their term of endearment. It's not something I had to work through. It's not even something I shared in a meeting or anything. That goes to show how far I've come, because I know that in my past I probably would have stopped. I would have just agreed with it. But what I understand is that these are for whoever. It's not for everybody. My recovery is for me, and this is part of my recovery. And so it was a good test, really. And I'm not going to say some spiritual thing happened to make that happen, but everything happens for a reason. And it was a good test, to where I wasn't like thinking about it all the time. And it went to show me where I'm at, because I didn't not do it. And so, getting close to year 2, or at least the road to this series, I'll label as relapse and recovery, another 12 months, because the first series that I wrote is called 12 months. What not to do. And just know that, like, if you're coming back from a relapse and you're like, man, it's day 1, I had months, I had years, whatever, you never lost it, you didn't give it away, you didn't do any of that, you just changed your journey a little bit. There's no destination anyways. So that's all I got. Have a wonderful day, and just look in the mirror and say, let's do this. You don't have to say I got this. You don't have to say I'm worth it. You don't have to say any of those cliches I've been saying for a whole year now. You you can just look in the mirror and say, let's do this. And make today be day one instead of one day. I didn't make that up. I heard that. Let's go. There's another one. Look in the mirror and say, let's go. Let's go. You never know. Today might be the day. You might look back and be like, man, today, yeah, that day was the day. I've been talking about that day a whole year without giving a fuck of who's listening to me talk about it.